Still has Blair, still has crits. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Game 3 of Day 1 of TBFFTYNHO Season 3. We have Yes Currency playing against Chilla's team, Team Oreo. And playing for Yes Currency, looks like headed to the offlane. We've got Currency on the Spider Mama. Blue is gonna be headed mid on the Quap of Pain. Down here we got Winterheart. We'll be their farmer. We'll be on their PA, and we'll be supported by Talus on the Venge and an Exo on the Omni Knight. You want to go ahead and do Oreo?
Yeah, on Team Oreo, we got the Legion Commander standing by top room. That's going to be played by Chilla. Looks like they'll be going Brood top. It looks like they're going to go aggro, tries to send that Legion against solo against the Brood Mama. And then we got a Jay here on the Earthshaker, Sarabai on the support line, Apple Snort on that Viper, and Bristleback on, being played by Moto too. And there might be something going down here bottom.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try and catch out Winterheart. They do have their ward placed. So both teams have already got their bot rune ward, and it looks like they are definitely going to get this bounty. There's not a lot that Radiant can do. And close the bets. Close the bets, guys.
Yeah, I was just looking at Oreo's lineup, and come late game when they have a blink on the Legion, Lion, and Earthshaker, it's going to be really scary for Currency's team to go against that with initiations.
Yeah, and with that, Oreo actually gets both of the bounties. Game is over. They can just, Yes Currency can just GG out now. That's all done. So
66% win rate if you get both bounty runes.
Is it actually? Is that a thing that's been
in the pro scene? Yeah.
Huh? I didn't know that. That doesn't surprise me, but okay. You get some weird background noise going on.
Oh yeah, that's probably the train outside. I'll turn my sensitivity down so it doesn't pick up so much.
It's probably a good idea. All right, so we've got an aggro try versus a defensive try. But as far as the stun game goes, we've only got one stun for Radiant, whereas we've got 2 disables on him alone, as well as a Fisher, as well as the Goo for Moto. So I feel like in the bot lane, at least as far as kill potential, Oreo is stronger, although they've got the heal on Exo. As long as he's able to get it off in time, and it might be rife for some good turnarounds on their aggression. And Winterheart's getting some pretty safe farms so far. Let's see. Quap as well, doing pretty alright. So Quap versus Viper could be interesting. I feel like Quap ends up, like Viper usually just dominates lanes, but with this start that Quap's had so far has got decent damage to begin with, and has actually been doing pretty well in here. Almost has his bottle. Alright, so Currency versus Chilla. Gonna be interesting. So this isn't what I would have expected. I would have expected them trying to get the Bristle versus that just for the quill spray on the spider babies, and just because he's so tanky and is something that the spider's just not going to be able to feed on. Versus, I could see Legion potentially having some issues. All right, first rune. Oh, it's a DD for Blue. It's his birthday, guys. It's his birthday, and he's.
Apple Snort goes up too far. That could be a first blood.
Yeah, and he only has one, so he only has one tango. Blue's got, has a blink ability.
Yeah, and his bottle's about to
get there.
And his
bottles, yeah. So it's... That could potentially be a first blood. But Apple's sort of keeping it safe on the town.
We're going aggro tri-lane. They're being very passive with the Bristleback.
Yeah, they are.
I expect them to really go hard in that lane.
Yeah. I mean, they've got... So they have to be really wary of the power of heal, especially in the early game, right? How much is that? That's 90 pure damage, right? And he's a melee hero that kind of has to be close to be doing all the damage he wants to be doing. Okay, Sarabai gets the initial disable. They don't stack it, actually. That's beautiful. They get the heal damage, and they get the... oh, nice. Blink away.
Blink.
Yeah, like I said, they have amazing aggressive capabilities. But Radiant, Yes Currency has amazing defensive capabilities, so it's kind of like, it feels like this is probably more or less how this lane's gonna go. They're gonna They're gonna do their best and coordinate, and it's just a matter of whether if they coordinate their aggression better, if they coordinate their defense better. Also, I think if that fissure didn't quite block the whole way, there was a path here. If that fissure blocks the whole way, if he's just a bit further forward when he throws it, then that might have actually been a bit. That might have been a first blood. That might have been a kill on the safe lane carry, and that might have been, you know.
Yeah. If you look at the lastest chart, mid is getting dominated by that Quap with 22 and 12 against the 4-0 of the Viper.
Yeah, very much so. And Viper is gonna get a haste run, which is helpful. Looks like he's gonna. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is probably. I mean, he's not getting anything mid, right? And they know that they almost got the kill last time they tried, and with a haste on the Viper. Oh, but this is not well coordinated though. He's coming back here and getting some hits on Exo, but his team are really far. Nice fissure. Traps Exo out. Exo's gonna die. There's nothing they can really do about it. There's nothing at all.
Yeah.
He's really dead.
Oh yeah, that's really good for the Viper.
They got it eventually. So that's gonna help Viper a little bit. Like, it doesn't make up for how little he's gotten in his lane, unfortunately, but it definitely does. Definitely does get him something. He's got enough for his boots now. You know. I mean, so if we look at net worth still, it's going to be... Quap's going to be, you know, 5 positions higher on the chart. Even with that. But, you know, still. They got to go for what they can get. Meanwhile, in the top lane, like I was saying, Chilla's potentially having trouble here. Oh, is he though? Oh, Curtsy.
Oh, wow.
Barely survives.
What a play.
Hashtag calculated.
Regen out there.
Yeah, I mean he's got his webs. He just needs to be careful. He has Soul Ring.
Oh man! Oh.
I think he thought that Sarabai had. Yeah, he thought Sarabai might have had a sentry, and he just wanted to make sure there wasn't one down.
So that he could escape. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still had one more moment of courage proc, he would have taken down that Broodmother.
Yeah, I was surprised actually. It was as close as it was. Moment of courage, strong skill. Who knew?
He has his ult now though. If they can get some early damage, that's gonna be huge.
Yeah, it could. But I mean, yeah. So they have to get it off before Currency pops his ult.
Right.
Because I feel like if you duel a Brood that's got an insatiable hunger on, that's maybe not what you want to be doing. But
yeah, that is pretty scary.
Let's see. All in all, pretty even game. Blue's definitely winning the mid lane really hard in terms of CS, just super hard. But the other lanes are going... I mean, top... Yeah, the other lanes are going in favor of Oreo, albeit not by much. So, we'll have to see. There's... Oh, yeah, here comes the duel, and Currency's actually gonna go down.
The tower.
Yeah, falls into tower.
Shaking a lot of tower hits there.
That dive, though, maybe a little bit of overconfidence, and that brings the second kill for Oreo. We're 7 minutes into the game, and there's only been 2 kills, but they do get a return on Viper. Blue, however, is gonna pay the ultimate price for it.
Wow, that brought up Earthshaker quite a bit.
Yeah.
Getting that solo XP.
Yeah. So that's really helpful for him, especially since he was in a tri-lane that didn't get. That didn't get kills. Well, that got 1 kill, but it was, shared with everyone else. There was 4 down there at the time, so him getting his levels is pretty sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, very passive early game for that aggressive tri-lane in these.
Yeah. I think the big difference is gonna be how much of a difference Blue is able to make with his amazing start, right? So he's 3,600 gold. He's a full 1,000 almost. He's nearly 1,000 ahead of the next highest on the chart, right? Nearly 1,000 ahead of the LC. But he needs to be able to make a lot out of it because Spider isn't doing as well as you usually expect Spider to do. Hasn't been able to feed on Chilla. Hasn't been able to feed the way, he would have liked to have done.
Right.
Especially with those rotations, like
we got
the lion
going on mid.
Oh, in mid.
Oh, good fissure.
He's like, nope, you may not. Apologies, but this is not for you.
Quick orchid.
Okay, so he's gonna go.
That's a lot of stuff going down for the Quap.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty helpful. in terms of what that stops. I mean, it makes him so that he can feed on Lion really easily. It makes it so he can feed on Earthshaker really easily. It helps a lot for Bristle as well. If he can't gooey, if he can't, you know, spam his quills.
Right,
he's
and if
maybe
he
not
has
your
a quick reaction time and the Legion blinks in and he gets it off before he can duel, that's going to be huge.
Yeah, can just disrupt that whole team fight plan that they've got going on right now. So how are we doing here? So Chilla versus Currency is...
Oh, they're going down bot
that.
Back.
Oh, they are? Yeah, it looks like they're going to get Talus. I don't think there's much they could do. Oh, Exo gets the heal off him, tries to save him, but ends up just losing them both.
Oh, he's diving the tower. He's going to go for this.
Oh,
There's
wow.
not much that Winter Haste can do.
Not really? Oh.
Oh, that was a good stick
Oh, he
charge.
tries to blink away, but he doesn't manage to actually get away.
This Earthshaker's doing a lot of work right now. 3
Yeah,
assists out of the 6 kills.
He is. Yeah, Jay's very much, this is his kind of hero, you know, where you kind of calculate, you figure out what it is you want to do, but then you end up just having a huge impact. Not the sort of sit back and farm and then kill everyone impact, but the set it up so that you get kills, so that your carries get what they need. It's a really good support player. Which is why I was surprised to see him on
solo
the
kill on the
carry
Viper mid.
Yeah. So I mean that's the thing, is that Oreo has won the outer lanes, but yes, Currency just crushed mid. So yeah, so it's all on Blue's shoulders. It's on your shoulders, Blue. No pressure or anything, but there's a lot of pressure. Looks like they're gonna go for this kill on Chilla. I can't imagine they're not gonna get it.
Or no detection. If you had detection, you would have stopped both of them.
Yeah. I mean, Chilla's surprisingly strong.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot of early armor right there. He has 10 armor at 10 minutes.
Oh, wow, yeah. He does. Because he's gone for... Oh, he's going for armlet, so... But, yeah, so that was much needed. First said, Blue, help me win my lane. Chilla's mean. And Blue said, okay.
Yeah, Blue's
No
playing really well
problem.
for having to carry this, the poor lanes that went bad with his team, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Rotating well.
Yeah. Headed back mid to get his farm again. We've got potentially a bit of an engagement happening here. They've caught out Exo. He is stunned. He needs to heal himself. He doesn't. That animation is just too hard. Talus gets the stun and the armor reduction off before he dies, but he's definitely gonna die. And that's the supports feeding again. And Blue's here, but he's like, you know what? No, this shit ain't worth it. Yeah, I don't know, that figure doesn't end up actually working out so well. You know, Winterheart can just stick charge up a decent amount of that damage, and they know fingers down, so it isn't the kind of thing that they want. Cerebi, it looks like it's probably, yeah, Cerebi's definitely gonna die with the damage from that. Meanwhile, Winterheart gets his first couple crits of the game. He needs to be careful though. Moto's after him, and Blue's gonna turn this around and says, hey, remember our lane? Let's do a little of that again. Let's do a little of that domination. He's gonna blink away to get away from the scary Moto. Exo, no! Exo accidentally might have slightly, a tiny little bit, kind of repelled Moto. Sorry, it was still
Yeah.
Winterheart is going to die under his own tower, though, which is really rough, and it leaves Exo to die as well. Solidarity feed. Moto's going to drop pretty low. Oh, he will actually die. Blue needs to be careful, though. Jay's doing a lot of damage. He needs to get out of there. Oh, the sheep from Cerebi. That's enough, and that is a mega kill streak. Yeah.
Yeah. Coop, I mean, like, she does so much damage, but I mean, she has like less than 800 health right now, so if they can get the lockdown, she's gonna die real quick.
Yeah, and that lockdown is pretty much down to the two heroes that were right there, right then, right? It's the Earthshaker and the Lion, and they were able to just they pretty much just chain stunned those almost, you know, perfectly, right? So they had the Enchant Totem into Fissure, into Sheep, into Earth Spike, with enough of no lag in between that they were able to just keep him there. And that's kind of exactly what they need to do.
No matter who it is, they're gonna die.
Yeah,
with that kind of combo.
I'm just seeing them do that even on the tails of sort of, it looked like things were not going so well. I think that was actually a respawn from the Lion potentially. It was like, that's really encouraging for how they're gonna go later on in the game.
Right. Yeah, and this the PA is going for a very early Battle Fury with Perseverance first. If he gets that free farm, this PA is going to be able to destroy late game, but right now he can be punished really easy. absolutely no health whatsoever.
Yeah, and he doesn't have, he's lost one of his supports. One of his supports has actually gone top to get some levels and so forth. His Currency's transitioned into the jungle. He's decided, you know what, this whole thing against Chilla, I killed him once, it's enough for me, I'm headed bot. He didn't actually get that kill, Blue got that kill. But, yeah. So leaves Talus to slightly a little bit, maybe feed some dual damage. Tries to get he tries to get the stun off, but doesn't quite do it in time. Blue's here, but just a little bit too late, and he needs to be careful as well. We've got that, oh, he's got his scream?
Yeah, this Earthshaker's everywhere he needs to be right now.
Yeah.
Landing perfect fissures. Who's got to be kind of careful there, the Earthshaker's still sitting around. So
what do you think happens, though, if they take this late game? Is it Yes Currency with the PA who's building the Battle Fury? Is that, you know, is that who takes this? Or what has Oreo really got? They've got a Legion, but Legion's impact is, you know...
Yeah, Legion's gonna drop off
limited.
Unless she really, really gets some dual damage. And I mean, Viper, after like the mid game, unless Viper gets a lot of farm, he's gonna drop off, and he's gonna go down again mid anyways. So definitely in terms of late game, I think Yes Currency have the upper hand. But right now, the Brood Mama hasn't made as much impact as I think they wanted her to. So if they can capitalize on that, I think Oreo have a good chance.
Yeah. All right, how are we doing? Winter Hearts actually stopped to pick up some phase boots. On the way to the Battle Fury. Oh, but he's in trouble. He needs to blink away. We'll do so. We'll get some sweet repel on him, but he's in trouble. He's in a lot more trouble than I think he realizes. Yeah, big echo, nice heal, but not enough. The GA is enough. Gorgeous GA, well played by EXO, and in comes Blue with the assist, wants to make some murders, gonna make it happen. They do get J. Yeah, they do get J. Apple Snort comes in. I don't know if he really wants to be doing this. Yeah, he does. They catch EXO out on the top side of the trees, and there's not a lot he's going to be able to do. But Currency will avenge him, and they're gonna get Apple Snort as well. It's not.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really early Orchid there, and he's already up to 1,200 gold, so he's gonna have a quick Ags as well.
So that's gone really well. I mean, they did lose their PA, which was very much not what they wanted. That's this fight. So it's 3 for 2, right? And it ends up going in their favor, especially considering I think they were starting to get behind just a bit. Yeah. But, I mean, this whole game has been remarkably even. We're only 16 minutes in, it's true, but it's been less than 1,000 this whole time, just going back and forth. Just a matter of a couple hundred gold this way, a couple hundred gold that way. Very little difference to speak of. Especially because it felt a little bit more uneven. But I guess the mid was one hard enough that doesn't matter as much. Alright, so what do we got?
Yeah.
Moto's got, looks like he's going to be going Crimson after he finishes up his treads, which pretty standard choice. Chilla picks up a tower. What's he got? He's got his armlet and Soul Ring.
Probably going for a blink.
I can see that. Yeah, he should be. I mean, there's always the popular option of maybe going Shadow Blade, but that seems like a poor decision here.
Yeah.
Blink is just so much stronger.
Give him more initiation with the blink.
Oh my god, it's Moodfo! He's alive! Hi Moodfo, how you doing? How you been, dude? Okay, so what's our progress towards? So no progress since we last looked because he died. It's weird. I'll just finish his treads. What do we got up here? So what's Apple actually going to? He hasn't. So he's going in the mech build. I don't really like the mech build on Viper anymore since they nerfed the mana cost. Feels like you never actually have enough mana to use it, and it's kind of a useless item if you never get to use it. So.
Right, and by the time he has his completed mechanism, they're gonna have a lot of ways to just get rid of all the heroes on Oreo. Anyways, the mech won't make too much of it. I don't feel.
Yeah, and he had enough of a struggle in the start that it just like knocks off the timing. Like, because the idea is when you go Mechana Core is that you get it super early, and when it's super early, it's really important. It makes a huge difference in fights, and you kind of snowball off of that.
Oh man, look at bottom, what a fidget! Oh, Echo Slam, holy!
Oh!
Triple kill for Jay. Wow. Exo runs in there. He's gonna go down, get the dual damage. Wow. Oh man, what a setup from the Bristleback.
Yeah, I was really well coordinated. I only caught like the very end of it, but yeah, that's a 4 for 1. It's a 4-for-1, and they're gonna get this tower as well. There's very little, This is very little.
Yeah. That was really good on Team Oreo. As soon as they started going on the bristleback, they TP'd almost everyone to the bot lane, and Jay was able to get in there and get a huge Echo Slam. He has his Blink Dagger and 2k gold in the bank at 18 minutes.
Oh,
Instant 4-staff.
Yeah, he's going hard. I guess that's the thing
now
that...
is where Oreo really capitalizes on their lead.
I mean, he started out, he's a support, but with how badly mid went, he's kind of a little bit sort of taking over a bit more of a core role in terms of how much farm he has, right? He's 3rd position in the game on the net worth.
Yeah.
You know, he's
basically swapped roles with the Viper.
Yeah, if he wants to, he can go Crit Shaker. We can just pretend he was mid. Support Viper, building a mech anyway, may as well.
Yeah, if he can get some more damage up, he'll make a huge difference all the way till late game.
Yeah. Currency meanwhile has a Midas to get a bit of a comeback. I'm not sure what the timing on that Midas was. I feel like it was a little bit of a catch-up Midas though. I don't remember it coming out that early. Could be wrong though. Was it paying that close?
Yeah, it was definitely within the past couple minutes.
Yeah. So trying to get a foothold back. So let's see. And how's EXO doing? Very little farm. So 0-6, it's a rough game. But yeah, bottom lane definitely didn't go as well as they needed it to go. I think from the first, sort of from the Viper gank, they were kind of behind. It looked like they had it more or less in hand, and then they died once, and it kind of crumbled. And Venge had to go top to try and help out.
Middle tower is under attack.
Definitely.
It's Sev at the moment. Midfield is co-caster. Alright.
They might be able to trade a tower with the Brute.
Oh.
They don't TP quickly.
Yeah, no. This is gone.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, they can't even.
Top tower is under
Who just has to get out of there?
Dire's bottom tower is under
I believe Viper does have his mech though.
That's part of your plan.
Yeah, he does. On the way on the curve.
Alright. Oh, I'm worried for your safety, Blue. Yeah, he gets back a bit. Doesn't wanna stay too far up though. As well, he shouldn't. Okay, so Chilla's got his blink, so armlet blink, and 34 dual damage.
Dire's middle tower is under siege.
And so as far as, oh, he still doesn't have, so it's 21 minutes. So he was rushing that Battle Fury, but he still doesn't have it. He's still 1,000 gold away. It's, not 1,000, but, you know, it's a bit rushed. I almost wonder if he shouldn't have gone back for those phase boots. If he hadn't gone back for the phase boots, maybe he has it already. I don't know if the phase boots have really made that much of a difference in terms of him surviving. It feels like every time that he's died, he also would have died if he didn't have phase boots, so.
Yeah, once he gets that Battle Fury, they'll have to make a lot of space, but if he just gets that farm in the jungle for a while, he'll be very late game for sure.
Yeah. The difficulty with that is that Spider Lady has been farming the jungle a bit, so I'll have to find somewhere else for currency to go. Maybe the enemy jungle, but it doesn't feel like Oreo has enough control of the map and enough sort of shared cooperative game sense that I don't think they're gonna let him do the colonize the enemy jungle thing. They don't have that map control. It's like they're trying to go in on Moto, but Moto's hit his stride. He's got a Crimson. There's not a lot he can do. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's rough. They might get Sarah by Winterheart. Eats a finger. Actually needs to get out of here. He's in trouble. Yeah, Chilla's gonna get the dual damage. Oh, nice heal.
Oh, good blink.
Nice. Gives him a blink target, but out comes the Fisher. EXO actually did it to himself.
Oh, huge Guardian
Nice
Angel
Guardian Angel. It's gonna stop Chilla from getting the dual damage. Nice heal as well. It's actually gonna help him get the kill if he can get in range. No.
Oh, good blink.
Doesn't actually get the vision for the dagger. Look at those. Isn't able to do it. Winterheart might die anyway after all of EXO's hard work. He needs to get out of there, and no, he's gone.
Oh man.
If he had evaded that, if he had gotten that blur, that might have been something. But man, blooming lost up in
Miranda
the
and
shoes.
Jesus.
Yeah, yes, Currency very much on the back foot now. It's they've lost the tempo of this game. It was really even for a long time. They actually got the advantage up to 1K gold, but it's double the thing. But then again, you know, 23 minutes in, 2K gold, it's very, very little. It actually is. It feels like a lot, but I think it just feels like a lot because this game has been relatively even. Apple Snort gonna fall.
Apple Store actually lives. Wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah, bottle, good item. Turns out, bottle, good item. Mech, good item. He's actually completely fine. Oh, wow.
Yeah, Quap went for that Shadow Blade build. There's some pro player who does that all the time, but not making as much space as we thought he would with that early advantage.
Yeah. And Jay's just playing out of his mind, honestly. Like, I don't think it's a matter of anybody playing badly. I think it's a matter of Jay playing well.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Like that Potom in our earlier game just landed every arrow.
Yeah, every arrow. Alright, Winter Heart, what we got? Winter Heart's completed his Battle Fury.
Double damage.
So he's got a, you know, he's got that. Maybe he has enough time. But yeah, here we are. They're both in the jungle. They both want the jungle. They both need the jungle, honestly. So they're gonna have to share for the moment, and there's not really enough to go around. All right.
Yeah.
Chillas decided to go Roche, which they easily can. They've got, you know, the goo armor reduction makes this easy peasy.
Wow, Roshan Bashlord.
Yeah. Oh man, Chilla so low.
Roshan has been killed by
Oh no, they didn't take it.
Gonna leave the Aegis? Okay, there we go.
I think Chilla was just like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. I'm so low.
Dyer's top tower is being
Armlet toggle almost got him killed there. Hashtag calculated. Okay. So Winter Heart's got 1,200
top tower
golds.
is under siege.
Blue's got, so he's going BKB it looks like, which I think is a good choice. Just against the sort of mass disables that they have for Oreo, and against the Earthshaker. You know, as long as you're not standing right next to the Earthshaker, if you have a BKB, there's nothing he can do to you.
Right.
And he's the one you gotta nullify at this point. I mean, he can still get dueled, or can he get dueled? Does duel go through BKB?
Yes.
It does.
It's
So he
like
can
a
still get
X call.
dueled. It's like an X call. All right. So he can still get dueled, but I think that helps him a lot with his getting perma-stunned issues that he's been having.
Definitely.
So, okay. So he's gone for a morbid. PA's actually gone for a morbid mask. So, gonna get a little bit of that. We actually saw a PA go Mask of Madness earlier, but I feel like that's unlikely here.
Yeah, he'll just get bursted down.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a good choice. So I'm guessing it's gonna be the old Helm of the Dom into eventually gonna get a Satanic. If this goes late game, which well might. Alright, here's Blue. Wandering into the Sentry Wards. Oh, it's alright, Blue. They have no
scary.
idea you're there. They didn't see you at all in their ward and Sentry Ward. So I know he's on the hunt, and he needs to be really careful. My God, Moodfoot was an honest question. Please. Oh, my headphones fell out. Alright. So his invis is actually gonna run out, but he's got a Shadow Blade to re-invis himself.
Radiance on the Broodmother.
Okay, so it's a really late Radiance, honestly, 28 minutes, but he did go Hand of Midas first. Like, usually when you want, when you're, at least what we've seen, so Moto does this build a lot, and Currency does it a bit as well. You want that Radiance really early, and it allows you to feed on your supports if you're up against a tri-lane. And it's really effective at that. but it also speeds up your farm. It helps you get a lot of farm. But it helps you get a lot of farm in the jungle, which is kind of a resource that's a bit stretched anyway. Meanwhile, up top, we got a big push, big group.
Yeah, they want to make use of that Aegis before it's reclaimed.
Yeah. I don't know what YCY can really do against us. Alright, see you later, Moodfo. Have a good fight. Alright, here we go. They're just gonna go ahead and push high ground. And they've got, I guess, have they clicked on, does blue not have? No, he does. He has a TP. I was a bit worried for that.
So tanky.
Oh man, they don't have glyph. I mean, there's just so little that they can do. They can try and catch up Moto, but I mean, oh, beautiful scream. They do the mech, but a big echo. Jay's just doing ridiculous amount of damage. That's 2 down already. Buyback on blue. He needs to come back in. And meanwhile, they're just hitting the racks. And there's nothing they can do to stop. They just have an extremely, extremely well coordinated team fight that they've just managed to execute perfectly. Oh no. Winterheart stays alive long enough not to feel do damage. They get the kill on Chilla. Currency once more as well. Will get Cerebi. They might be able to get a little bit more. Currency's really low, but gets the GA. He needs J. They need to get J.
Oh, they're gonna get J. That's a big kill right there.
Yeah, it's a wicked 6th streak. So that was still really bad for them overall. They lose a Rax. You never want to lose a Rax. And not only that, but they still had a tier. When this sort of push began, they still had a tier 2 top. And now they only have a ranged Rax. So just to die back on the, or a buyback on the PA. Blue as well before this fight also died back. But it ends up being a drawn out team fight or team wipe. So
yeah, that was a huge XP change during that fight. They got currency got about 8,000.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, that's something. I'm not sure it's 8,000.
Or it was 7,500, I think.
Oh.
The fight recap said.
Okay. Yeah. So it's, I think it's not. It ends up not being quite that much in the total XP run. Earned thing, just because it wasn't including the death and the buyback from
Quap.
Yeah, from the Quap. So it wasn't including that kill that Oreo got. Oh, meanwhile up here.
Oh, Cerebi gonna go down.
Yeah. And that's the kind of thing that Blue really wants to be doing. He needs to be catching out the supports and just feeding off of them to try and snowball a bit more. He had a fantastic start. But it's going, oh! Alright, so long as they don't challenge this. This is the kind of, this ancient stack's the kind of thing that Winterheart really needs to start coming back.
Yeah, he's getting some good cash flow right there.
Some deeply needed
going
cash
for
flow.
that BKB.
Okay. Alright. So basically they've said this jungle is our jungle now, which fair enough it is. Sending the crew help.
Yeah, that's a big thing with a brood mother is they normally take over the enemy's jungle, and they've done nothing with that right now because brood.
Yeah, they haven't even gotten. Yeah, they haven't even gotten the top tower. Overwhelming odds, pretty good skill turns out. Early armor, pretty good, pretty important. I think a lot of this potentially goes a lot better. If that one kill early game, that one sort of man up that happened, had gone Currency's way instead of Chilla's way, I think that lane goes a bit differently. It was kind of a do or die. And then I don't think he actually, did he actually die there?
Murder spree.
Oh. Anyway.
Everybody goes down to the Quap.
Pain is the best.
Blue's remembering his purpose in life, which is killing supports. So what's Jay got now? Jay actually went for a gem to try and counter, to make sure that Quap doesn't get the jump on him. Make sure that, you know, if he's nearby a brood mother, he can't actually finish it off. But I mean, Jay's only got 1500 HP. Doesn't have a BKB or any kind of thing like that. Doesn't really have a mobility. Well, he does with the 4 staff and the like, but it's potentially a bit risky to put the gem on him. But then again, he is dominating, so, or he's doing really well this game, so.
Yeah, right now is where Currency's team really starts to pick it up, and if they get farming on their cores, because
Well,
this Winter Heart's just farming the jungle constantly.
yeah, the thing I've noticed as well is actually that we've been talking a lot about how Currency didn't get what he wanted out of his lane, but he's highest in the net worth. He's actually overtaken Blue. So Midas plays a part of that. The faster farming from Radiance does a bit of that as well. Plays a part in that as well. Also, he's picked up some kills. His lane didn't go real well, but he's managed to get 5 kills sort of more recently. So he's come back. He's come back a bit. He's actually, more farmed than Blue now. They're both more farmed than Winterheart, but it's worth pointing out Winterheart's also more farmed than Moto, is more farmed than Jay. Only core that he's behind is Chilla. So they almost have all 3 of their cores ahead of all 3 of Oreo's cores. So they're not, it feels like they're on the back foot because they've been, just getting outshined in these big Earthshaker plays, and they've lost a Rex, but it's not actually as dire as all that. As dire. Alright, they are gonna waste his smoke though. They're looking for them in their jungle, and they're nowhere remotely close. They're actually in their jungle.
Both teams are grouped up all weird like.
Yeah. But I mean they're still, they know they're there now. Smoke wasted. Yeah. EXO, be careful. So those pings, I guarantee you, were Currency going, EXO, get back! What are you doing? What are you doing? Alright. So Oreo knows where they are now. Oreo's like, let's do this. Let's do this. The big Blinkin. EXO can't actually get his G off. Blue pops his BKB. Throws out his Scream, but his Scream just actually doesn't do that much. Echo though, just manages to pull up a single kill, but they've lost 2 for nothing. They just got caught out there. They needed to decide much sooner what they were doing, and what they actually end up doing instead is losing a Rex. So they kind of hung around here. I'm not sure what their sort of hanging around here was meant to accomplish, but it was definitely not a position they should have been in, and it cost them quite a bit.
Yeah, that was really big on Oreo's part, catching out the 2 supports, because once the supports are gone, like, even though their cores are really farming, their cores can't really do anything.
Yeah, especially...
Angel are so big.
Especially, yeah. Insta-dueling, the Omni, so he can't get GAF, so he can't get any heals, so he can't get any repels off. Like, that just sets things up so well. Nice big crit. Winterheart jumps in. They know that Echo is down. They managed to get the kill on Cerebi as well to make sure that there's not much he can do. Chilla dropping real low to a big crit. Moto as well, potentially in trouble. Caught out, he's far from safety. They need to stop the TP though, and they do so with his death.
Who's actually gonna fall?
Yeah. Quap was in a bit deep. Winterheart needs to be careful too. He wants the kill on Jay though, and hey, it's pretty helpful. He got that BKB, and that gets that to Gem too. Changing hands. Currency gonna clean up the kill on the Viper as well, and that's a team fight. That's a team fight, and they didn't even lose a Rex or even a tower this time. No, they lost a tower, but they're clawing their way sort of back into it. That was a huge fight for them. They lost Blue, but they only lost Blue, so.
Yeah, and now they have an Assault Cuirass and 1200 gold up on Winterheart, so he's starting to really pick his game up. And yeah, like you said, Currency made a really good choice of just kind of going and farming up, because now he's like still top of all 3 of their cores are top of the net worth.
Yeah, that makes a big difference. I mean, they do end up having really, really underfarmed supports. Position 12 supports. But
right.
But if they can get, basically it relies on if EXO can get his spells off and just, if he can stay back long enough to not get focused, just to get his spells off, that's what he's done. He doesn't need to farm to do that. And, Bench can always, good old suicide swap. You don't need farm to suicide swap either, so that concentration's probably gonna do them pretty well. And with that, they actually take over the net worth lead. It was never very far in Oreo's favor, even with a full set of racks down. They only ever had about 5k gold, and it's headed back, ever so slightly. All game in terms of financial.
Yeah, and a huge XP lead. Well.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, it really is. They've got the levels. But
Yeah, and now that Omni has his ags, he can just stand like way back, and so when Chilla jumps on someone, he can just pop the ult, and that's it.
oh wow, you're right. I hadn't even noticed that. That Ags is huge.
Yeah, it also saves their buildings too in case they need to
Yeah.
force the team back.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a Roche for Oreo.
Yeah. Pretty quick, pretty easy. Currencies realizes it's there though, but he's in a lot of trouble. He BKBs though, and here's the GA. He's going after, decides to go after Apple Store. And they've got a BKB. They insta-pop the Aegis. Oh! Huge Echo Slam once again. It looks like they're actually going to get some dual damage for Winterheart!
Oh no.
Oh, and it's another team wipe. So they team wipe and they get an Aegis, and all they lose is Currency, who was sort of the first man in anyway. So they don't get the Roche, but that Roche costs Oreo, you know, a lot.
That was huge by Currency's team.
Yeah.
They wasted like everything on the Brood Mama, and then
the Brood Mama lived with the GA and the heal, and only actually fell sort of toward the end of the fight. By then, sort of everyone else had the opportunity to do it. They need to be careful though. These creeps, okay, they do ping it out. They do see the super creeps in their base, always in their base.
That 18 damage on the PA is actually super huge.
Yeah, considering that damage gets crit, yeah.
That's scary.
And like I said, like dueling the PA, I don't think that's really what you want to do, right?
No, yeah,
he doesn't have abilities that you want to stop. The possibility of accidentally giving him damage is pretty awful.
Yeah, I think it was more of just like he came up from the Aegis and
he's just like, gotta duel somebody! And just clicked the wrong person. Yeah. Happens. Alright, what's Blue got now? So Blue's got BK. They decide to actually put the gem that they got from Oreo in that big team fight bot. They put it on Blue. They don't actually have a lot that's gonna do. I guess it stops. It means that they can deward. I guess it's a dewarding gem for them.
Yeah, and now that they can't see Currency, it's
yeah,
like that in itself
is going to be pretty helpful for them. Yeah.
Yeah, Blue's got a 4.3k in the bank. Probably going to get an Aghanims.
Well, both teams now actually have ACs. There's an AC on Chilla as well. As on Winterheart. On Winterheart's, yeah, that Satanic's pretty crazy as well. It was gonna be that Satanic we called like ages ago, but it's gonna be a much sort of sooner, more prioritized Satanic than I thought. I thought he was gonna go something like maybe Basher first or a BKB, but no, straight Satanic AC. Just going right for the big ticket items. Yeah. Hey, Duncans. Alright, so what's Jay got now? So he's got an ultimate orb. Maybe going to be headed towards that sheet, which I think would be really useful. Oh, swap in Chilla. We were saying with the suicide swaps. And yeah,
Chilla's going to go down.
Chilla's gone. They get some decent damage on Jay as well, and they don't really have a lockdown, but they don't really need it. Winterheart once more, though. Going in after Cerebi. They need to make sure to keep vision, though. And nicely done, Cerebi. Nicely done. Not nicely enough, though, because it turns out this team has stupid amounts of mobility and stupid amounts of bloodthirstiness. And they're here with 3 of the heroes down, with an exposed Rax. Yeah.
It's really hard for Team Oreo to come back from this, because their team their team doesn't scale as hard as Currency's team right now.
Yeah, I mean things look pretty.
Buyback.
Yeah, things looked pretty good for them when they got the Rax. And actually, it's worth pointing out, yes, Currency actually hasn't evened it out. They didn't get any of the buildings.
Oh yeah, they backed after the buyback.
Oh, Talus falls. Oh, ho, ho. Jay Echo Slams a repelled target.
Repelled, right,
First big misplay we really see to make this game. Moto as well, running into the enemy team. This isn't what you want to do, Moto. Gets a lot of gold from the Spider Babies, but this kind of sets them in position to take at least one Rex.
Yeah, that was a dieback on the Earthshaker as well.
Yeah, that's huge, and that's a lot of that gold. So at one point we were talking about how Jay was actually position 3 on the net worth. He slid pretty far. He slid back to being a support. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, Chillette does it.
Oh man.
Okay, he does actually get it.
Dies right after.
Apple Snort gonna die. Once again, it's
Yeah,
all
Wonder Art's
5
just
members
out
of
of control.
Oreo.
Dyer's bottom barracks is under a Dyer's bottom barracks has fallen.
Yeah, I mean, like, for how big of a lead Oreo had early, they really don't have much dual damage on the...
Yeah, on the
Wasn't able to
Legion.
make it to a lot of those solo kills.
Yeah. I would say they can't actually take the other set later acts because there's still 2 tier up, but there's not only a tier 2 up, there's actually still a tier 1 up.
Tier 1. Yeah.
You're just gonna, and that's not usually what you see in a brood. So they did a really good job of shutting down the brood early. They did a good job of rotating to make sure that that they shut down the PA early. But both the PA and the brood were able to bounce back.
Dyer's ancient is under attack.
I think.
Yeah, Brood decided to stop split pushing and just be like, I'm gonna farm into a fighting build. And
Yeah.
it's did really well.
I think
He has
moral
8K
of the
gold.
story is that farming's pretty good sometimes, I guess. Oh, the blue! Oh, you just screamed at your
Yeah.
teammates. It's okay. It's fine. You're fine.
It's like
It's
an
fine.
encouragement stream, you know?
It's an
Like, go get 'em.
encouragement. Do it! Look how good we are! Look at their ancients. Oh!
That's a stroke of luck. And
The
not
GA. Also, I think, can't overemphasize what a big difference the Ags GA made. Like, that turned at least 1 or 2 fights that just wouldn't have gone their way. Because of that, it was just, so that
Yeah,
that
really
made a
good
big
support
difference. Yeah, all around really good support play, really good decision making just to sit back and farm when the early game didn't get what they want, and a nice early game domination as well from Blue. Queen of Pain,
Definitely.
pretty good hero if you want to run around, yell at people, and kill them.